What up, YouTube? It's me, Isaac, coming to you with another edition of my life. So, as I said in one of my earlier videos, today I went to my quote-unquote local card shop, which is the closest card shop to where I live, which is like, I think my brother said it was like 20 miles from where we live. But today was really cool because I was going there to play Digimon, the Digimon card game, and not only did somebody teach me how to play, but he noticed I was using a currently outdated deck. Like, it was the second newest deck that had come out. So what I'm about to show you is the starter deck I bought, and then the bulk of, let me actually see if I can divide these. Yup. So actually, I divided them how they need to be because I know how I put my cards up. Here's the starter deck I was using. Gatsumon. It's basically I can't remember the title of what the deck was, but it was the Metal Garurumon deck. I think it was like the Protector of Friendship or something like that. And that's most of the deck right here. But mixed into my hand, is the rest of the deck and some bulk cards that the guy just gave me to help me out, which was really cool of him. He didn't have to do that. And that's really cool that some guy at my local card shop would just hand me some of his extra cards, which was awesome. And when he noticed that I didn't have a deck box, he also gave me this, which is cool. But that's not the main reason for this video. Well, that's one of the main reasons for this video, was to say thanks to the guy who taught me the rules and told me if I wanted a quote-unquote, well, the way I picked it up, he said if I want a quote-unquote viable deck, which starter decks are viable if you're just getting into the game like I am, which is how it came to be. But he said the more viable of the 4 decks that were out on the store floor was the one that I have in my hand here. Digimon card game starter deck Protector of Light, which is the War Greymon deck, as you can tell from the box. I really can't wait to open this, so if you give me a minute, I shall do so. Give me a sec. So let's see here. I don't want to tear the box open. So crud, I wish I had some easy way to remove this tape so I didn't have to rip the box. Oh, wait. It might just be a pull. Nope. Come on. Don't rip the box, because this is the only deck box I have with either way, so I don't want to destroy this card box. Open, darn you. Oh, I was I had my finger in the wrong spot, which is weird. Come on. Darn. Well, I might be able to do it this way if I just work my finger that way. Well, either way, I'm gonna put these in that deck box with my other deck, and just put my miscellaneous cards in my old art box. So really, it doesn't matter if this card box gets ripped, but I still like the way it looks, which is cool. Because Metal War Garurumon is one of my favorite Digimon, next to the Angemon archetype. Crud. I had to literally rip this box open. But oh well. Dude, that's cool. Oh, dude. That's really freaking cool. So it comes with the playmat of War Garurumon. I'll unfold that in a minute after I get through all this stuff. So there's that. That's really freaking cool. It comes with the... Oh boy. I really kind of screwed that up. But luckily for me, it still has the plastic on it. So, dude, that's awesome. So I got the cards right here, which they have a protective sleeve on them for now, which I'm not sure how to get off of here, but I'll do my best to try and not damage my new cards. But yeah, today was really cool. I'll do a video on the cards in a little while because I can't get them open. But yeah, that was really cool that the guy just gave me a deck box and cards to help out with just the bulk of what I had was just my Protector of Friendship Metal Garurumon deck. And now I have this bulk here that I can't really do much with because I can't get the plastic off and I don't want to tear them. But it looks like it comes with Coralmon, which is also, like I said, Metal War Greymon is one of my favorite Digimon next to Magna Angemon. If I would have seen the Matt TK deck, I would have gotten that one. But I do like War Greymon, which is going to be one of the coolest cards I pull in my Digimon career. Or ever, really. But that wasn't the only thing I got while we were at the card store. I got a pack of sleeves. I got a pack of Pokemon sleeves that I'm going to sleeve my Digimon cards into probably tonight. I'll probably do a video on that sometime. Or at least do a video with the cards in the sleeves. But yeah, it was really funny when I was learning to play because I hadn't taken my deck out since I bought the first one. When I walked into that card shop, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago. And so I was going in to just play the card game and make friends. When we were there the last time, they said they do Digimon. They said they have Digimon card playing every Sunday, which is awesome. But yeah, let me unfold my little War Greymon playmat. Give me a sec. The one thing I found I was told, well, one of the one things I was told was that the playmats for the starter decks are usually double-sided, which unfortunately this one is not double-sided, but it's still pretty freaking cool. It has Agumon, Greymon, and War Greymon on it, which is really freaking cool to me because that's who I would pick if I was playing any Digimon game until I get to part where I could get Patamon, who is my favorite Digimon, all because how he ended up digivolving in the show, which was against one of the main villains, and he was the last to digivolve, which was really freaky. You would think the littlest one well, actually, now that I think about it, him digivolving last actually makes a lot of sense, because he was actually I'm not sure if the Digimon even have ages, but I know their partners did, which were TK, Matt, Kari. Near the end of the middle of Adventure, she came in with Gatomon, who is another one of my favorite Digimon. If I ever find a deck like that, I will definitely build. I know they have decks that have all 7 or 8 of the digidestin. Or wait, I can't remember, but I know it's, let's see, Ty, Matt, Sora, Izzy, Mimi, Joe, TK, and Kari. So that's 7. So yeah, I know they have at least one deck. There's at least one deck that builds around all 7 of the main digidestin and their Digimon, which it was kind of cool when I was learning to play at the card shop, because before I had my cards, I just walked in the card shop, asked if they were doing Digimon today. They said yeah, in their back room, which was really cool to see that. There's I don't know how, but it looked like the back room of their store was a completely different building that was just separated by another storage room. It's hard to explain what I had saw, but it was interesting to say the least to look at it and to meet the people I've met today. The guy who taught me the basics of Digimon, the card game, because the last time I had played the card game was, I think, it was either 99 at Toys R Us or 01 in school. I can't remember how long ago it was, but I remember thinking, wow. I remember as a kid thinking, wow, this game seems a bit simple. And I was right at the time. And now the mechanics of the game have changed, which is another reason why the guy suggested I get another deck, because there are starter decks for collectors, And then there are starter decks for players, which I guess both the starter decks I have could be the pinnacle of that. But there are starter decks that are better for tournament play, apparently, and starter decks that are better for binders, which, according to him, the one I had was like one or two decks behind where I should have been. But when I bought my Metal Garurumon deck the first time, they just didn't have any of the more current decks, which is how I came across the Metal Garurumon deck. I mean, War Greymon deck, who is one of my favorite Digimon besides Patamon and Angemon, Seraphimon, and the like of the Royal Knight Digimon, as I consider them, even though they were the band of evil Digimon. But Seraphimon is a really cool Digimon. I can't wait to see what is in this. Actually, I might be able to open this. Let's see. Oh, yeah. There's just a little pull tab here on the back that does that. So I guess I can go through this. Let's see what I got. Obviously, I've already shown off Koromon. Pretty cool card because it's. Whoa, is that a. That's weird because Zudomon's also here. So that's funny. It may take me a minute to get my cards all settled up. Whoa. Weird. But yeah. So that's the first card in this deck of Protector of Light, which I'm going to take a stab at it, quote unquote, and say this is mostly a fire. Ooh, good golly, Miss Molly. I'm looking forward to searching the rest of this deck because this might be the deck I go back with when I go back. Or I'll be bold enough and bring both my decks, although I'll need to find another card holder for these because I only have one deck. Actually, wait, do I have another? Yeah, I think I have a backup deck box back in my room. And so let's see what else is in this this deck of mine, shall we? This is going to take me a while because it seems like there's like 4 Koromons, which I'm not going to show off 4 different copies. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Give me a minute because some of my cards just fell. And I got to put these guys down because I'm not showing off 4 of the same ones. Because that's just weird. Although it would make sense to show everything off. Slowly. Got the 2 that fell. Cool. So it looks like this is from the 2 cards that had fallen, which were both the same cards, it looks like this is at least 3 different digidestin deck. Because I just ran into Biomons, which there are 2 Biomons there, and Birdramon. So I am wondering if Garudamon is in this deck. If it is, that'll be really, really cool. Another Birdramon. How many Birdramon are in this deck? Holy smokes. Not saying Birdramon's not a good monster, because she kicks Ken in my in Digimon Cyber Sleuth, but still. Holy Smokey the Bear. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. I was right about Garudamon. Oh yeah, this rocks. Oh yeah. Oh, freak yes. That is really cool. I'm surprised she's actually hollow. Well, actually, I'm kind of not surprised she's hollow, because she is a really strong Digimon, but she should not be the mainstay of this deck, which should be... Good lord, it seems like there's 4 of each Digimon here, which I'm not complaining. But I did get one of my favorites. I got Gatomon. She's the main Digimon for Kari, which was, like I said, she was the last to join the team, and there's 4 different copies of that, which is still wild that there's... Oh, good lord. Holy crap. Oh my god, where are my sleeves? I'll have to sleeve this immediately, or sleeve it later. Either way, I got Holographic Angelmon, which she's also a really good Digimon in the Cyber Sleuth games, which I find really cool that I just so happen to pull 2 of her, which is awesome. But I'm still wondering where the heck the mascot of this deck... Good lord, I think this is all digidestin deck, because I ran into Tintomons, which is pretty sweet, because Tintomon is an electric type, and Tintomon is pretty good. So that is pretty cool that I ran into at least 3 or 4 of the... This might be... The Protector of Light might actually insinuate that it's all 8 Digidestin's Digimon, which I kind of doubt, because there's only like 54 cards in a 54 cards in a deck, or at least the one I bought. But here's Kabuterimon. That's pretty cool. And another Kabu. I'm wondering if Mega Kabuterimon is here too, because it's starting to look that way, that it's the deck of all 8 Digidestin, which is pretty sweet, especially for what I paid for it. But yeah, another Kabuterimon. That's awesome. I definitely need to get these sleeved probably tonight. Mega Kabuterimon. So far I believe I am right about that being the case, that this is an all Digidestin deck. I'm wondering where the Tamer cards are in this deck, since all I've pulled out of here is Digimon so far. And you need at least 1 Tamer in your deck for it to be even viable. And so far I haven't ran into any... Oh yeah, that's cool. I pulled the Agumon, so I'm getting really close to this deck's mainstay, which is pretty cool. Agumon. So yeah, I'm getting really close to this deck's mainstay, which is its best card. Agumon, holy crap. Yes, I found the mainstay of this deck, or at least the card on the box, and my favorite Digimon to use in any game, War Greymon. That's awesome that I pulled this, although it was a guarantee because he was basically all over the box and the playmat. But I'm wondering who the rest of these cards are. Another War Greymon, that's pretty sweet. Now we're getting down to the tamer cards, which are Sora and Kari, which is Gatomon and Biomon's tamers, which are awesome. Another Sora and Kari. I think it's Sora and Kari, Ty and Izzy, but I'm not so sure on that because, like I said, I had to rip open the box, which completely sucks. But I'm sure I have another deck box probably back in my room. But that's pretty sweet that it's Sora and Kari, and let's see. I was right. Sora and Kari, Ty and Izzy. Which is, they are four of my favorite characters out of the seven. I like all seven of them. But these four are my favorites. Although I do really like Patamon, who is TK. And yeah, these cards look like they're gonna, once I combine them with once I throw a mat card in from my Protector of Friendship deck, excuse me, it should be a more viable deck than what I got. But here's one of the cards, Our Courage United, which is cool. Well, so far all these cards have been cool. Another copy of Our Courage United. That's like the third or fourth one of those I've pulled. Island of Adventure, which, oh my lord, this isn't a promo in my deck, but I saw the promo card version of this at the card store. The guy who was showing me how to play showed me the expensive version of this card, which was really nice. And I'm loving what I'm pulling out of this so far. There's got to be at least one more copy of that Courage card I was just talking about. Island of Adventure, actually, it wasn't Courage. I think I'm getting to the bare bones here. Another copy of Island of Adventure. Holy smokes. I'm getting down to the bare bones of the deck. Red Scramble. Okay, that's interesting. I definitely need to bring this with me to the card shop next time I'm there to learn to play with this one. I'm enjoying these card pulls so far, even though they are Blue Scramble, which seems to be a Gabumon card, which the blue card makes me think of the Tamers season of Digimon. That was a really good. Yellow Scramble, which is Gatomon, and for some odd reason, Renamon. That's really bizarre. And I think that's Armadillomon, but I'm not sure. I can't remember that dude's name. But there's another, oh, this is getting good. Green Scramble, which I'm pretty sure is a mainstay in this deck. And there are two more cards here, which are Black Scramble and Purple Scramble. So that was my um, Protector of Light structured deck, which is, well, starter deck, but all in all, interesting card pulls, and it came with a couple of online things that I'm not sure if I'm gonna use or what I'll do with these. I'll probably just keep these in my display case. And no, I'm not talking my deck box. I'm talking my display case that I have for stuff that I don't use, but I still want to keep. Give me a minute while I put my cards back. I may actually put my new cards into my deck box and not that, and not the, and I might just leave this massive pile here as the ones that I use for sleeves, and use to sleeve. But yeah, give me a sec while I gather the cards up and put them in my deck box. Today's been quite the adventure. Funny because it's Digimon Adventure. That was funny to me. Oh boy, I don't want any of these falling over, so there's that. Sorry about my arm. But yeah, it's just really cool that I got new cards, got to meet some really cool people who I don't know if I'll meet again. If the card shop says they play Digimon every Sunday, but I don't know if I can talk my brother into taking me there every Sunday just for that, but it would be cool if I could. But I doubt I'll be able to do that. But yeah, the reason I'm sleeving my putting my Protector of Light deck in my deck box rather than my Metal Garurumon deck is because I should probably look and see if I could sleeve every one of my cards, which if I can't, that would suck, but I know I know the reason why I bought the Lucario sleeves is because at the time I knew I had sleeves here at home, but I didn't know if I had enough. So I bought so I just went ahead and bought another pack of sleeves, because at the time I was thinking if I open that deck, I need to have card sleeves for them, which I probably should have. Thinking back on it, I really should have opened the deck in the back room and played one more game with them before we left. Hindsight's 2020 and all that, but yeah, I really should have learned how to control this deck. But yeah, it was really cool getting to learn the rules of the Digimon card game. It's really cool having multiple decks that, actually I probably should search through that and find my Matt card to slip into my deck box, because there's a couple of blues in there and Matt is one of the ones that protects blue cards, so I might actually do that. Maybe not on camera because it would take too dang long unless I can push through all this. There they are. Heck yeah. I found them. Well, I almost found them. Come on, you darn things. Zudomon, Garurumon. Where are you? either way, I'll do this on my own time and do another deck, Digimon deck review of the Protector of Friendship deck when I can sort out which ones came in that deck and which ones are the bulk that I was just given to make this deck even more viable if I ever wanted to use it, which I do because Metal Garurumon is a great Digimon, although I do prefer TK over Matt, but that's just how it was when I was younger, and that's how it's been ever since. I prefer um, Patamon over Gabumon, even though I prefer Garu, Metal Garurumon over Angelmon, but I still prefer Serafimon over Metal Garurumon. It's just weird, and I had a blast getting to meet new people. The card shop actually has other tournaments besides that. They even have Beyblade tournaments, which means I need to get into my birthday present that my brother got me, which was a build your own Beyblade kit. And I might bring that up there next weekend, even though they said Fridays was their day they do Beyblade. I may see if they could help me show me how to set up a Beyblade, because the instructions are just too small for me to read, and at the moment my toolbox, which is what they consider Beyblade carrying cases on the show, is just sitting on my table back in my apartment, which is weird. But yeah, the cool part about about the first starter deck I bought, I showed off the War Greymon, Agumon, and Greymon playmat. But what's really cool, and I really like this about the Protector of Friendship playmat, it is double-sided. I thought the Protector of Light one was too, but I think there's just too much going on that side for that one for two-sided, because it has Tai, Izzy, Sora, and Kari on that playmat, I'm pretty sure, or at least in this deck box lies those Tamer cards. It was just a really fun day, and I am a huge Digimon fan, as some of you have seen in my adventures as a digidestin series, which is my playthrough, I don't show the gameplay of my games on my videos. I do explain my adventures as a digidestin through the Cyber Sleuth games, and whenever I get through a major boss, I go through my the Digimon I used, how long it took me, and I've also gone through my adventures as Mega Man, which you should all check out that series too, if you even are curious about my adventures in gaming and card collecting, which I've done multiple videos on my cards already, as you've all seen. But yeah, today was just a blast. I had to put my Mountain Dew up because it got too late for me to be drinking that. But luckily for me, I might not have made my iced hot chocolate, but I made a good decision here and just went with a bottle of Ghost Hydration. This stuff is really freaking good. I'm not going to crack the seal at this time because I've already done a I've already done a blue raspberry ghost hydration review. If I had a different flavor that I haven't tried on camera, I would crack it open, but I don't. My dad just got the blue raspberry ones, which is cool. I'd show it all off, but I can't because they're in the pantry and I'm not getting anywhere near the pantry at this point, because why would I if I already have a bottle of it? But yeah, I'm your host, Isaac Rummett. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends, leave a comment. Peace out, y'all. Have a good one. I know I sure as shit will. Peace out, y'all.